Welcome to Unstoppable Mind Today, where we unlock the hidden potential within your mind to achieve true freedom and lasting wealth. Have you ever told yourself that money does not buy happiness, or that living with less is actually a spiritual virtue? This is the story of Alex, a dedicated teacher who firmly believed that a simple life was the only honorable path. For years, Alex took great pride in his modest lifestyle, convincing himself that avoiding the pursuit of wealth brought him peace. He often looked at wealthy people with a hidden sense of moral superiority, believing they had sacrificed their souls for money. He told his friends that he did not need fancy cars or big houses to feel complete and truly happy inside. Deep down, however, this disdain was a shield protecting him from the fear that he might never actually achieve financial success. Each month was a struggle to survive, yet he masked his financial anxiety with philosophical quotes about the virtue of poverty. His mother was his world, a kind woman who had sacrificed everything to ensure he received a good education and values. She never complained about the hard work, always telling him that being a good person was more important than being rich. Alex adopted this mindset completely, believing that staying poor was the only way to honor his mother's hard work and sacrifice. Whenever opportunities to earn extra income appeared, Alex dismissed them, claiming he was too busy or that business was simply greedy. He convinced himself that those people were likely miserable behind their smiles, unlike him, who was poor but supposedly very peaceful. He fed his mind with ideas that validated his stagnation, avoiding any knowledge that might challenge his comfort zone regarding money. Days turned into months, and months into years, with Alex remaining exactly where he was, trapped in a cycle of mediocrity. He practiced affirmations to suppress the growing anxiety, telling himself that money was the root of all evil in the world. But life has a way of testing our deepest beliefs, often shattering our illusions when we are least prepared for it. It was a Tuesday afternoon when the phone rang, a sound that would change the trajectory of Alex's life forever. The voice on the other end was trembling, informing him that his mother had been in a severe accident back home. Panic surged through his veins as he rushed to the hospital, his mind racing with fear and prayers for her safety. The hospital smelled of antiseptic and fear, a place where reality hits hard and philosophical comforts often fail to provide shelter. The doctor explained the situation calmly, stating that the surgery was urgent and would cost $3,000 to proceed immediately. $3,000 was an amount Alex did not have, a sum that suddenly became the price of his mother's life. He stared at his banking app in disbelief, realizing that his savings were barely enough to cover a single day there. For the first time, his philosophy of poverty felt useless. It could not save the person he loved most in the world. He realized that his lack of money was not a badge of honor, but a barrier preventing him from protecting her. He swallowed his pride and called everyone he knew, but excuses and rejections were the only things he received in return. The hospital administration was firm. Without the payment, the critical surgery could not be scheduled in the time frame needed. Despair turned into anger, not at the world, but at himself for believing that being unprepared was somehow a noble choice. He remembered Mr. Navaro, a successful businessman, whose wealth Alex had often criticized in private conversations with his fellow teachers. Desperation outweighed his pride, driving him to the doorstep of the very man representing everything Alex claimed to despise before. Walking up the driveway, Alex felt the weight of his hypocrisy, knowing he was about to beg for what he hated. Mr. Navaro welcomed him not with judgment, but with a calm curiosity, inviting Alex to sit down in his study. Alex poured out his heart, explaining the accident, the surgery, and his desperate need for $3,000 by morning. The older man listened in silence, his expression unreadable, waiting until Alex had finished his plea for financial assistance. Instead of reaching for his checkbook immediately, Mr. Navaro stood up and retrieved a small object from his wooden shelf. He placed a sharp knife on the table and asked Alex if the object was inherently evil or simply dangerous. Alex was confused, unable to see the connection between a sharp knife and his desperate need for money right now. He explained that in the hands of a surgeon, it saves lives, but in the hands of a criminal, it destroys. Money is exactly like this knife. It is neither good nor bad. It is simply a tool that amplifies intent. He told Alex that being poor did not make him noble. It only made him powerless to help those he loved. The words hit Alex harder than any insult. He realized his poverty was a mask for his fear of failure. Mr. Navaro handed him the check for the surgery, but added a condition that Alex must learn to plant seeds. He told Alex that he would not just give him fish, but he expected Alex to learn how to fish. Alex rushed back to the hospital, paid the fees, and waited anxiously while his mother underwent the life-saving surgical procedure. The surgery was a success, and as his mother slept peacefully, Alex made a silent vow to change his life. He promised himself that he would never again be in a position where money was the barrier to protecting family. The next day, Alex returned to Mr. Navaro, not to ask for more money, but to ask for mentorship. Navaro advised him to use his existing skills to create value, suggesting he start a weekend English class for professionals. Alex was terrified of rejection, but he remembered the hospital waiting room and pushed through his fear to draft plans. He started small, advertising his weekend classes to local workers who wanted to improve their English skills for better jobs. The first weekend, nobody showed up. The empty chairs mocked his ambition, and the voice of doubt returned loudly. He changed his strategy, offering free value first online to build trust before asking anyone to sign up for classes. When he held his first earnings, he didn't feel greedy. He felt a sense of responsibility and capability he never knew. Months passed, and his weekend class grew into a full academy, requiring him to hire assistants and rent space. He went back to Mr. Navaro to repay the loan in full, shaking the hand of the mentor who saved him. With his new income, he ensured his mother had the best health care and nutrition, watching her strength return every day. He realized that wealth was not about hoarding money, but about the capacity to serve more people and solve problems. When a poor student came to him unable to pay, Alex could now afford to give him a full scholarship. He understood now that poverty had limited his ability to give, while wealth had expanded his capacity to be kind. The judgment he once held against the rich vanished, replaced by an understanding that money is merely a magnifying glass. He kept a picture of a knife on his desk to remind himself that resources are neutral tools for our intent. Alex began teaching not just English, but the mindset of wealth, helping others break free from the trap of comfort. He taught them that refusing to build wealth is not spiritual. It is often a refusal to accept adult responsibility. True wealth allowed him to build libraries and support the elderly, turning his good intentions into tangible actions for others. He looked out at the city lights, no longer feeling small or lost, but feeling like an active participant in life. The old Alex thought money was the enemy of happiness. The new Alex knows money is the partner of freedom. He passed these lessons to the next generation, ensuring that the cycle of poverty and fear ended with him. Mr. Navaro was no longer just a lender, but a lifelong friend who had sparked the fire of transformation within. We must all ask ourselves if we are using our potential to protect those we love or hiding behind excuses. Do not let fear disguise itself as virtue. Step out, take risks, and build the capacity to do good things. Every profession has dignity, but adding financial intelligence to your skills amplifies the impact you can have on the world. Like a candle, your wealth does not diminish by lighting others. It only makes the world brighter and warmer for everyone. Alex wrote his own destiny, and now invites you to pick up the pen and start writing your own chapter. Freedom is waiting for those who are brave enough to admit they want it and disciplined enough to work for it. Let us redefine wealth not as greed, but as a responsibility to become the best version of ourselves for others. The ultimate currency is the time and joy we can share with our loved ones without the shadow of worry. It is never too late to change your philosophy. One decision today can alter the destination of your entire life journey. The path may be the same, but the person walking it has changed, and that makes all the difference in perception. Start planting your seeds today, no matter how small they seem, for time will multiply what you nurture with patience. Growth requires breaking through the dark soil of comfort, pushing upwards against resistance to reach the light of success. Look in the mirror and tell yourself that you are worthy of abundance and capable of creating it. Starting now. You are watching this for a reason. Something inside you knows that there is more to life than just surviving. The climb is hard, but the view from the top provides a perspective that makes every struggle completely worth it. Peace is not found in poverty. Peace is found in the security of knowing you can handle whatever life brings. Embrace persistence. Commit to learning. Practice giving, and welcome prosperity into your life as a tool for positive change. Let your energy flow like a river, moving constantly, creating value, and eventually merging with the ocean of abundance. Alex's classroom is now the world, proving that when you solve a problem for many, your reward is also multiplied. Release your limiting beliefs today. Let them fly away so you can make space for new, empowering truths to land. Every sunrise is an invitation to rise with it, to leave the shadows of yesterday and step into the light. Surround yourself with people who challenge you to grow, not those who comfort you in your stagnation and fear. You hold the key to your own prison. Unlock the door and step out into the world of infinite possibility. Building wealth takes time, just like building a skyscraper. Lay the foundation strong, and the structure will stand tall. Imagine your future self looking back at you today. Make them proud of the decisions you are about to make. Leave footprints of courage and generosity. Create a legacy that inspires others long after you have moved on. Be a lighthouse for your family and community, standing strong in the storm and guiding others to safer shores. The greatest reward is not the money in the bank, but the gratitude in the eyes of those you helped. After every storm comes clarity. Let your struggles be the rain that waters the seeds of your future success. Document your journey, learn from your mistakes, and never forget where you started so you can appreciate how far you've come. Your mindset is the only limit. Expand your vision, and your reality will naturally expand to match your new belief. We are all connected in this economy of value. The more you give to the world, the more returns to you. The door to your new life is open. All you have to do is walk through it with courage and faith. Find a mentor, be a student, and then become a teacher. This is the cycle of true wisdom and wealth. From a helpless teacher to a powerful benefactor, Alex proved that changing your mind is the first step to changing everything. Now the question is for you. Are you ready to drop your excuses and pick up the tools of your destiny? Thank you for watching Unstoppable Mind today. Subscribe for more stories that awaken your potential and transform your life. Goodbye now.